Shayna from Colorblind, or most of you guys know me from Thrifters Anonymous here on YouTube. This is a different kind of video. I know I keep saying that. I think I said that in the last video, but I just wanted to share kind of the journey that I've been on the past couple weeks, just a little bit behind what I'm doing, and also let you guys know that I am going to be starting another YouTube channel, and it's going to be more focused around health and fitness, just because lately that's the journey that I've been on. So this is the end of week 1 for me, starting my 8-week challenge, 8-week self-challenge with Brooke Mora, and I feel amazing. I had some really good workouts this week. Mondays and Thursdays we did legs and glutes, and Tuesdays we did back and shoulders, I think, and then we did arms on Tuesday, so we kind of vary it. And then yesterday I met up with one of my trainers and we worked on my glutes and my hamstrings and legs, and it was a killer workout. I am barely sitting on this chair right now. She whooped me good, and I'm gonna show you some of the workouts we did. It's taken us about 5 minutes now, so my legs feel like rubber. It's Sunday right now, and Sunday morning, and I just made breakfast. I've got my coffee, which I love, and then just some oatmeal with blueberries, and I put a little drops of stevia in there, and then my egg white little omelets that I make. And I have all those recipes on my blog, colorblindblog.com. For the past 12 weeks, I've been training with 2 amazing coaches that I can't imagine doing this without. Angela and Claudia of Las Vegas Figure and Bikini Team here in Las Vegas. I don't remember the day that I stopped being active. I've been active my whole life. I've danced since I can remember, danced ballet. I studied here in Las Vegas at the Royal Academy of Dance. It was RAD, so it was a formal training, and I loved it. We danced 2 to 3 hours a day, and body image was a big thing. I mean, when you're a dancer, you compare yourself to everybody, and you spend a lot of time doing that. Though I look back at pictures and I think I was a little distorted in my image of myself, though I think we all are. But I remember about 4 or 5 years ago, my mother, who had been sick her whole life, but really never showed it and focused on health and wellness, got sick again. When she got sick and kind of struggled and fought to get better, she ended up passing away. And okay. I think when I lost my mom, I lost a piece of me that, it was that fire, that thing that wakes you up and keeps you going. And while I have an amazing family and an amazing sister and the most amazing husband you could ever ask for, at the end of the day, I was surrounded by a lot of people, but I felt pretty alone. And I think part of it was because I had completely disconnected from myself. I feel like I fell asleep. Like, I have been sleeping for 5 years. I decided, I was online and I was looking up pictures, and I was, on Facebook like everybody else. And one of my friend's sisters had posted a picture of her, I think it was of her abs or something. And she's like, I'm 6 weeks out. I'm like, 6 weeks out of what? She's competing in a bikini and figure competition. And I'm like, what? Okay, so I didn't really think about that portion, but I was just like, okay, well, gosh, I never thought I need a trainer. I mean, I know how to work out. I know what to do in the gym, and I've always had good form, and I know what to do. But something just clicked, and I was like, I may know what to do, but I need help. And so I contacted Claudia, went down to the gym, and I told my husband, I was like, hey, I'm meeting with the trainer. I'm gonna, see how much it is and see what this thing is all about. And he's like, okay, well, let me know. Let's talk first before you do anything. And so I go down to the gym and I meet with them. I think I met with Angela first, and she was really serious. And she's like, this is the program, and you have to really want to do this for yourself. And she was really adamant about that. She wasn't really pushing anything on me. She was just very focused on making sure that I was doing this because I wanted to do this, and I wanted to do this for myself, and that I was aware that my body wouldn't look like anybody else, for that matter, who was training. And so I just said, I understand that, I've been there before. I've trained and pushed to my max, but I want to take it to another level, and it's just been so long. And anyways, I signed up that day. I know. So that was the beginning of the journey, and I started training with them. It had been about 11 weeks, and I just hit a wall. I was tired. I had lost about 25 pounds, which it's a lot of weight, and I didn't think I even had that much weight to lose. I think a lot of my muscles were coming in, and I was starting to see a change. But then I just hit a wall, and they kept asking about the competition and if I wanted to start. About a week ago, I found myself deciding that I wanted to compete. And there was a date that was put forth in front of us. It was July, 21st. And I was like, okay, that's really, really soon, and I don't know if I'm there yet. But I'll focus on that date and maybe start the preparation for it. So I went and I got my heels, and I started going to some of the posing practices. And the first one I went to, I remember I got in like these booty shorts and like a sports bra. And yeah, I wasn't happy. I was not happy. I looked in the mirror, and while I had made so much progress, it was really hard to be happy for where I had come, because now I had set this new goal, this new pressure, and it was like everything I had done didn't really matter anymore, because now it was like I was starting over again, and I just lost it. And when I say lost it, I mean I was crying hysterically in the parking lot by myself, and my legs were shaking because we did legs that day, and I couldn't find my car. I was a disaster. And I called my husband, and I was crying, and I was like, I don't think I can do this. What was I thinking? I just lost it. So I went online, and I started looking at some of the competitions in the past and some of the winners of the competitions. And I came across one of the past winners, and I think it was 2011. And that was my way of, okay, let me see who won these competitions, and then let me see where I can get motivation from them, and maybe someone that may not look like me, but characteristics. My height, I'm 5'8", maybe darker hair, just something that I could hold on to, something that I could get inspired from. And I came across Brooke Mora. She's an IFBB pro, and I found her on I think it was musclecontest.com, and I clicked through her pictures, and I think she had won that year, and I was like, oh my gosh, this girl is gorgeous. So I'm looking through her pictures. I'm like, ooh, I love her shoes. I love her swimsuit. Of course, fashion. It has to come down to that. And I'm relating to her in that sense. And I'm like, ooh, I like her hair. And it was one of the first winners or pros that I had seen that I felt like I could relate to. And it may sound silly based off a picture, but that's just how I felt. And I was super excited. And so I clicked on her picture, and then somehow I feel like I got linked to a YouTube video, and it was through Jamcore. And it was also one of her videos of her and her coach after her big win when she became pro. And when she was talking, you know, she was just super excited, but so satisfied. And I was like, gosh, you know, I want to get to that place. And I know I can get to that place. And so I just started following her along. Found her on Facebook, found her on Twitter, and she started posting all these different things. And then she started working with Jamo from Jamcore. I hope I'm saying that right. Who I love, by the way. He's hilarious because he pushes these women like ridiculous. And he's showing some of their workouts, and then all of a sudden I saw Brooke on there, and I'm like, oh my gosh, she's doing workouts with this guy. And they did like a 1 hour lunges. They did lunges for an hour. For 1 hour, 60 minutes of lunges. Different kinds of lunges for 1 hour. Yeah, have you guys ever done lunges for 20 minutes? Yeah, try it for an hour. I was watching this video and I was just like, I could feel her pain. And I found her on Facebook and I contacted her, and I just, I think I emailed her, or I sent her a note or something about her shoes. It was so silly. You know, you get excited to talk to somebody, but I'm like, okay, she probably gets like thousands of people emailing her. She's not gonna remember me asking about her shoes. So anyways, she later that week had posted that she was starting this Road to Shape journey. I think is what she's calling it. And it's basically like an 8-week challenge for her. And what I could relate to was why she was starting the challenge. And she had been competing and realized that, you know, after you put a goal, you know, and set a goal for yourself for like a competition per se, and then you get on that stage and you've accomplished that, what happens after that? You know, what happens after you meet your goal weight? Are we ever satisfied? And I know I talked about just being satisfied. And, you know, so this whole road for her was about getting motivated to go every day, not just for the stage or for competition, but for herself. And right when I heard her talk about that, I just was completely inspired. And I was like, you know what? That is what it's all about. So I emailed her and I just let her know that she inspired me, and that that I would love to ask her some questions and some advice on competing. And anyways, long story short, she emailed me back. I was so excited, like a dork. Then I remember my husband came home and I was like, oh my gosh, Brooke Mora emailed me back and she gave me, you know, some advice. And I loved her advice. It was so real. And I know Brooke always says this, but it's so true, because when you can start to see your body change, it just gives you that extra motivation. So I truly believe that it takes at least 4 weeks for you to notice a change. So if you guys are the first week in or 4th week in, don't give up if you're not seeing any of that change, because Brooke, you are so right. Once you start to see it, it's like you don't even want to mess it up. You don't even want to falter on your diet, because you're like, okay, I'm going in the right direction. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy. I almost fell off the treadmill trying to show you guys one of the workouts we did. All right, guys, we're done, and Claudia just told me we get to walk in slow motion on the treadmill. So I'm really excited about that. Alright guys, we're now on the treadmill. What am I doing? I don't even know what I'm doing. Alright guys, we're walking backwards on the treadmill. I wanted to see if I could film myself. I might actually hurt myself, but... Alright, we're back, folks, with walking lunges on the treadmill. I swear I'm gonna hurt myself. Alright, I don't know if I can do this while I'm filming, but let's try it out. So it was a lot of fun, and this is just the beginning. I've obviously been doing this for 12 weeks. This is the first week of the 8-week challenge that I'm taking on with Brooke. It might coincide with the competition that I'm doing, or it'll take me up to a competition that I'll be doing. But I will compete, and I think thank you to my coaches, my family, and to Brooke for just keeping me motivated, and I'm just so excited. And I no longer feel like I'm running out of time. I feel like I can't wait for every day so that I can push myself harder. I get so excited waking up knowing that, you know, I'm gonna get to do this. So anyways, I'm gonna finish my coffee, and then I will start on week 2. And stay tuned. Hopefully this wasn't like totally boring you guys out and so long and all over the place. I have